Yeah.
Huh? Like whoever was like waiting is gone. Let's see. We gonna just this is just so like
No, it takes a little bit of time.
I know, but we gotta do better than this. I'm frustrated.
Someone joined. Hello.
So frustrated.
2 people have joined. Hello, everyone. We're about to have a very interesting live stream today for everyone watching. There's a lot going on right now. There's a lot going on because of the former president, and Trump is not president yet, but so much is happening that we kind of need him to be president right now. Hey, Essence. Nice to see you again.
Came on.
Yeah, so yeah, but it's gonna be a really interesting live stream. Thank you for joining and being interested to hear what we have to say about it. All right, Mom.
That's all you got.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say.
He's so funny. Where you going? Hi. How you know Essence is? Oh, I see. Okay. Hi. How you doing? Look, she said use your hello, handsome Elijah. Yeah, we're coming on pretty late, but we just wanted to make sure that we came on because I know this is really, really late. Everybody's already streamed earlier, but it's so much going on and we've been so busy, so we do want to just spend a little bit of time on here. How you doing? Thank you. Yeah, so we don't know who's going to find us, who's going to join, but you know, we have so many things that's happening all at once right now in the country. So we feel as though that it's really important for us just to connect because right now I think that as American citizens, we need to be talking to one another because we've been through a lot the past maybe 2 weeks, just going through the whole election. I'm so happy that's over with, but I'm truly disappointed, especially in the Black community. You know, I'm really disappointed that 91% of Black people voted for Kamala, and no one should vote 91% for any one party. It's like you're not getting anything for your vote. You're not demanding anything for your vote. And less is being done for a whole group of people. It's like more that was being done for illegal immigrants than is being done for Black people. But the Democrats received 91% of votes, and that's to me is just crazy. It's disheartening, especially what's been going on inside of this country. Just to throw a candidate in front of people for 3 months, 84 days, she didn't even speak to the United States citizens. They said they want to save democracy. She didn't even go through the process of being voted to even run for president. There was no primary for her. And to spend $1.5 billion on an election and to be $20 million in debt shows you that she was not the one for the job, because there is no way that you have $1 billion and you're in debt to spend money on someone like Roland Martin. This is a Black community. Roland Martin, he's the biggest sellout there is. He was just trying to sell his soul for some money. You know, $350,000 went to Roland Martin, and he's on there fighting for this, you know, for someone to be elected. I believe, like, if you really care about a candidate, nobody should have to pay you to convince people. Like, if you really care about a candidate, you're supposed to be able to speak up about them, but you shouldn't be paid $350,000, $10 million to walk out on stage for 4 minutes holding Kelly Rowland's hand. You know, Lady Gaga, J-Lo, Usher, all of these people received money. And it's disheartening that people feel like they could buy election. I'm glad that we have two parties, Republican and Democrat. But I believe that once you see what the people want, then you have 4 years from now, you can run again. Somebody else can run for president. But meanwhile, if she had gotten in, we were screwed. Because what's going on in this country, they said that these gangs, the Venezuela gangs, they're in 15 states. 15 states. They have organized. They've had 4 years to organize, and that's my biggest concern. All this time, they're in sanctuary cities. They're going across the United States. And like the guy that stabbed 3 people to death in New York, he was catched and released. They let him right out of prison. And then he killed 3 people. They're not even holding these people accountable, that you have gang members and people running to these sanctuary cities where the laws that apply to us is not applying to them. And that's a problem, because if you're in the United States, everyone should be responsible for upholding our laws. And all of us should be in agreement about that. All of us should feel some type of way that if you run a red light, you're going to get a ticket. If you rob a store, you're going to go to jail. It's like there are different laws for them versus United States citizens. But you say you want to be a citizen, but the laws don't, none of the laws apply to you. You're here illegally and you're doing illegal things, and that's a problem. But we're coming to a time right now, people got to wake up, because we playing hardball right now. And I believe that people are sleeping this because we're so busy worrying about whether having meltdowns about if you voted blue. You're so busy worrying about your candidate not being in office. But I've always been focused on the bigger picture. I'm focused on outside of this country. I'm focused on what Putin is doing and what Zelenskyy is doing and what President Xi is doing, what President is doing. When our president is supposed to represent us, and that his name is Biden, when they're making mockery of him around the world. They're making fun of this man. He goes to the rainforest. He's going to get them $50 million walking to the rainforest. He doesn't even know where he's going. The Summit 20, they're all standing for a picture. And center in front is the Chinese president. That's where, if Trump was here, he'd have moved his ass right on out the way and took his place, because we're supposed to be the world power. We're supposed to be the leaders. And to have him representing us, they didn't even take a picture with him. They said, "Where's Biden? Where's Biden?" He's behind they told me he's behind a pine tree. Our president. He didn't even take the picture. They didn't, and then the reporters are saying give some respect. They're trying to tell Biden, wait to take a picture with him. They didn't care. I mean, they don't even respect us. And if they don't respect us, they would have crushed her. They don't respect cowards. And if you got a cowardly attitude, you're done. But right now, Zelenskyy, I got a problem with him. He's taken all of our money, our taxpayer dollars. We've given him what? How many? Anybody know how afforded to this war in Ukraine for 2 years? How much money have we given to Ukraine? How much of our taxpayer dollars have gone to Ukraine? And what have we spent on weapons? We supplied them with, how many billions was it, Elijah? 40 billion, 70 billion dollars worth of arsenal equipment, military equipment. And now we're supplying them and giving them the okay that they are allowed to hit Russia with long-range missiles inside the country. And we have Putin saying that he's going to let off. They're going to keep playing with him. Like, we need Trump. 2 months is a long time. And we should be concerned. If you're not concerned, you're sleeping. You really sleep in this. If you're not concerned, you will be. Because this is escalating. He's already fired a rocket into Russia. Russia is not going to sit around and allow Zelenskyy to assault his country. It's not going to happen. Zelenskyy is about money. He's done pocket our money. He wants the war to go on before Trump get in there. Because if they wanted peace, they They could say, well, we know Zelensky and Putin both know, because Putin already said that he'll sit down with Trump. He already said that he's willing to do this. But Zelensky, he wants the war to continue because there's trillions of dollars in war. So this is about money. So, Putin right now, he's going to retaliate. And when he retaliates, and he's not by himself, just in case those from the peanut gallery don't understand, that he's not by himself. Putin is with President Xi that promised 100,000 soldiers. No, that's President excuse me, President You got President Xi involved. You got Iran involved. And they're sending their weapons and their troops. So we're already getting into World War III. So we're talking about Iran, China, and Russia. And Russia. This is serious. So all those from the peanut gallery that don't understand what's going on, and we want to go back and forth with each other and just, talk crazy, that this stuff is serious that's going on. They don't want to wait for Trump to get it. We got 2 months. And they've been in power 4 years. And look, Biden, he's in the rainforest. But if he's in the rainforest, and they know that Biden is suffering from dementia. They're laughing at him. Nobody's with Biden to make sure that he's okay. He needs to be guided. He's over there walking into rainforests. He's over there not taking a picture. He's so discombobulated and doesn't know what's going on. But where's his handlers at? There's nobody with him. And while he's over there, then somehow this order comes that gives Zelenskyy, after the last few years he wanted to do this, now all of a sudden he gets the okay. Who's giving the orders? If Biden is over in Brazil or wherever they are and he doesn't know what he's doing, and we know that Biden is incapable of making decisions, who okay for Zelenskyy to use these weapons that can cause a war? We got to look at the bigger picture. Who's really running this country? Whoever's running this country want to make sure that this country is in chaos. And I think what people are not taking it seriously is that normally when we have wars, they're not nuclear wars. All the other wars are fought overseas. They don't affect United States citizens. But the wars that they want to have going on now, if you do a nuclear war, it's going to affect all of us. And what China has done, they have, since Biden and Kamala did this open border, we have allowed people to come inside the country that's going to fight us inside out. There are 54,000 or more Chinese military men that are stationed here. They're not in the shelters, they're at the camp. So they had them ready, like when President Xi, as soon as he gave the signal, they already had the balloon. You think that balloon was just sightseeing balloon that they flew over the United States, collecting all of, sending all of the intelligence back to China? They know where our military bases are. They know where to target us. They know where to hit us. And they have their people that can fight us inside out. Because, President Xi, he wants Taiwan, just like Putin wanted Ukraine. So they're trying to take over these different countries. And right now, we're sitting back now understanding that if we go to war, it's not the same old wars like we've had in the past, that we go over there and fight. We send all our young people, all our teenagers, and all our young, now you're probably going to have the women going over there. They're going to go over and fight wars when they have people that are currently in office that don't care and don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing, and I'm really terribly concerned about what's happening. And I think a lot of us are asleep. If we have a World War III, this is going to be the first nuclear war. This changes everything. Once the radiation goes in the air, it'll affect your food, your water. You're not going to escape this. And it's going to be regular citizens that are going to be affected by this. And people need to understand, we don't want Biden and the Harris administration to start a war. It's deadly. It's dangerous. It's not going to be, business as usual, and we have that type of war. So it's best to stop it, because once it gets started, all the talk in the world is not going to stop people from attacking us. So we need to stop it. Trump is not in charge right now. They have 2 months to do all the damage that they want to do. They have 2 months. That's a long time because it's escalated now. Once Zelenskyy shot into Russia, what do you think Russia is going to do now? What do you think? Trump is not in power right now. He's coming. But he needs to be in there now. They got Biden is running around a rainforest. They're laughing at him. He's supposed to be representing us. We got our cities are being taken over. What is this government doing to protect United States citizens? They said now these gangs are in 15 states. This Venezuelan gang, I forget the name of it, but they have organized. They're in 15 states. That's what's going on now. We should be concerned. So while we have outside the country, they're trying to start World War III, and inside the country, people are running around not being held accountable for their crimes. They're stabbing people. They have killed people. They are robbing. They're stealing. They're taking over apartment buildings. They're doing everything. And these governors in some of these states like Colorado, maybe Tennessee, I think, Chicago, these governors are sitting around while all of these things are happening, and they're not doing anything to protect the citizens. They're not doing anything. But these people are allowed to do whatever they want to do, and they're allowed to do things that you would never get away with. You would never get away with what they're doing, especially if you're black. You can just forget it. And that's why I'm concerned that our people are some of the most misled, for lack of a better word. I'm trying not to talk about us like that, but we're never going to see the light. It's like it's just never going to happen. It'll be the end of time before black people get it together. Because anytime you could have voted for this administration, and now they already destroyed the country. They already allow all these illegals to come in using our taxpayer dollars. Here we're not even taking care of our own American citizens. We have children that are hungry, millions that we're not taking care of. We have schools that are falling apart that we're not taking care of. We have military that fought in these wars that are living out on the street and they can't get benefits. But we have all the money in the world for the rest of the world. That's where I draw a line in the sand. It's great to take care of others, but we're not taking care of our own. They allow so many people to come in to the point that it's not sustainable. We don't have the resources to take care of all of these people. It's not that America doesn't want them. It's that you can't bring in millions of people within a 3-year span. Hi. You can't. It's just not going to work. You can't bring people in. And if people are on here that are sensible, logical, or just graduated from the 5th grade, you'll understand there's no way that you could bring in a massive amount of people. And you got to understand is they're using our taxpayer dollars, and we're unable to take care of ourselves. They're using our money for Ukraine. How many? 110 billion? How many billions of dollars have gone to them? Or to Gaza? To the illegal immigrants, what has it cost us? How many billions have cost us? They say we might want to be in $1 trillion. We can't, our healthcare system can't handle it. We can't handle the housing. We can't handle this. We can handle it if they come in the right way, because then it takes time to vet them. But you can't come in with a massive amount of people and dump them onto a country, and they need to be taken care of. And they're being taken care of better than we are, but it's not everlasting. It's not going to be able to be indefinite. It's not indefinite. There's no way. And if you know anything about finance, look at your house or your home or your apartment. What if people dump 20 more people in your apartment? 20 more of your family members came in your apartment, and they all need to be fed, clothed. They need health care. They need shoes. They need everything. And you're just getting one check. And your check only covers enough for you to eat. So that's what happened to the United States. We had 20 million people to come in, and we're responsible. We got one check, and we got all these extra people, and we're supposed to take care of them. It's not feasible. It just isn't. If you own a home, if you know anything about money, finance, if you have ever had a job or anything, you know how far your paycheck can go. And that's what's going on now. You know how much money you can spend. You know what you can buy and what you can't buy. And we can't buy this. We can't handle this. And that's what Trump was trying to tell people. I was on the other wagon. I'm so sorry I voted for them. That's just being uninformed. I was listening to all these MSNBC, CNN. I love those channels. It was like, I was like all in it. Trump is this, Trump is that. I just fell for the okie doke. I helped campaign for Biden, met Biden, gave Biden gift, represented my local. You know, I'm a legislative director. I was on the, I was boots on the ground, phone banking, canvassing, holding rallies, doing the whole 9 yards. I could give you all kinds of pictures and video with me, with the president, and with other legislators. I'm that person. And this is what I'm saying. You know, I know, but we were wrong about this administration, and we had voted to continue this nonsense. We're already screwed. We're screwed. And now they're trying to start a war before they leave office. Before 2 months to go. And now you want to start a war before you leave office. That's going on now. It's going on now. And this Zelenskyy, I don't even like him. You know, we already know about Putin. I don't even like Zelenskyy. I think he's a crook. I think he's taking advantage of this president. He know Biden's suffering from dementia. You know, he's getting things signed and done, and these handlers are allowing this nonsense to go on. There's nobody representing us and say, hold up, we got to think about the American people. We don't want a war. We don't want this type of war. This will not be business as usual war. Like when we're talking about nuclear war, this would be the first time. We don't want this. This is not like the other wars. They go over there and they fight. They send the soldiers and we go on with our lives, you know, like, you know, hunky dory. Like we could just go on and live our lives. It's not like that now. You know, if this happens, this is going to change the world forever, forever. So much would be destroyed. So much would be, people will be destroyed. Their lives, so many, we'll have so many people losing their lives like never before. It will come to your house. And then we got this implosion that could go on inside of this country. We have terrorists here. Do y'all understand that? They're here. They are here. We have gangs that are here. We have the cartel here. We have what? They said 13,099 murderers. They're here. We have rapists, 15,000. They're here. We have so many convicts and criminals that were locked up in other countries that are here. That's what's in the United States now. This administration has changed this country forever. They have changed this country forever. We're still trying to reach the American dream. Americans are still trying to have the American dream, let alone people that have come here illegally. We're still trying to get there. And this is what they have done in 3 years, 3.5 years. This is what they have done. And people weren't running around worrying about their sexuality because they don't know what a woman is. I'm a woman, okay? My DNA says I'm a woman. I'm a woman. We run around trying to look at entertainers. You're not going to be looking at no damn Beyonce. This stuff is kicking off. And remember what I'm saying. People sleeping. They say, oh, we have a war. You watch it on TV. No, it ain't going to be like that. If they set off a nuclear bomb, then who else is going to set off their nuclear bomb? You know, you got all these countries now with nuclear bombs. And if we send a nuclear bomb, they're most definitely going to send one over here. They already plotting on us. And we need to understand it. You guys don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. I really appreciate help, continue to grow the channel. I am telling you the truth. I am so working on it, I've got all the software, everything to really give y'all more quality and everything, but I'm trying to learn how to do it. But it's so much that needs to be said. It's so much that needs to be done. And we need to stand together. We need to, I'm an organizer. I'm an activist by trade. I'm legislative director. I love all this. I'm used to knocking boots, going to affairs, dinners, and all that kind of stuff. I like that kind of stuff. But now it's not like that. We need to get on the phone. We need to tell these legislators, I don't hear anything happening in Washington. They're still talking about other things on the news, but they need to be, Congress and stuff need to be having to sit down with Biden or whoever's running this country, the machine. This is their goodbye picture. Somebody needs to tell them this is not what the American people want, because I don't want it. I don't know if you guys want it, but this is nothing to play with. We got to really let our voices be heard, because I don't hear anybody speaking up for us. It's like people going on with business as usual, but who's speaking up for us? I love him, but yeah, who's speaking up for us? Who's talking for us? Who's saying, like, who's running the country? Who's going to give us these answers? Who's in charge? Because that's who I need to speak to. Who's in charge? Who's running this? Who gave Zelenskyy the okay? That wasn't Biden. Biden is walking around the rainforest. So it's not him. So who's making these decisions in regards to us? We got danger. It's like danger outside the country, danger inside the country. It's like the people that are in charge, it's like, and we see them, like the representatives. Where has Kamala been? Have anybody seen her? Where is she? It's like once she lost the election, that don't mean you go and hide. You're still the vice president. Where are you? Where are you? Why aren't you talking about what's going on with these nuclear warnings coming from attacks coming from Putin? Where's the vice president at? Has anybody seen her? Have y'all seen her? Because I haven't. Where's Kamala? She's on vacation in Hawaii. She's what? Handing out business cards probably? What is she doing? What is she doing? Nobody's seen her. She's not handling business, because where is she at? It's like she disappeared. It's like they had to make her come out and just talk to the people that supported her. That's something. If you're a leader, you, like, whether you win or lose, you still got to stand 10 toes down. I mean, damn, you was running for the president of the United States. You're supposed to be able to, like, okay, win some, lose some. Oh, well, but let me go ahead and do my job. I'll get you the next time. You got to have that type of attitude. But she doesn't, because she was unfit. And once she mocked God, I knew it was over with anyway. You cannot mock God and think you're going to win in life in anything. God should not be mocked. Once she said to go to that other little rally down the street, the Christian guys, they were saying Christ is King and Jesus is Lord. That's the day that was sealed in heaven that she lost. She brought out from Beyonce. It didn't matter. She could have brought out the moon. she could have brought out the sun. Anything. She was not going to win. She was not going to win, because there was no policy. There was no communication. It was nothing but word salads. Couldn't get an answer out of her. So that wasn't going to, you can't win like that. And the world was watching her. It wasn't just about, you love my shirt? Yeah, I'm in the mood. You should see how my house really is decorated outside, but I'm ready to change it up. You can't mock God. But we need our representatives. But what I'm saying is that she still is the vice president. We all United States citizens, you guys are aware that our president is suffering from dementia. Y'all do understand that that he's not running this country. He's not. They sent him to make a fool of himself. Why would you do that? They allow him, he shouldn't even went to that Summit 20. Especially with nobody nobody was trying to help him even walk the right way, because you have to show him where to go and what to do. That's why when he was in rainforest, he turned around and walked into the rainforest, because when he would give his briefings, I guess, at the White House, he was always told to turn around and walk out. But there was no door to walk out. So he walked into the rainforest. So we already know he's not running the country. So who made the decision to give this Volodymyr Zelenskyy, who gave him permission to fire into Russia? You know, Putin is saying he wants to talk and sit down. He said he's willing to listen to end this war. Zelenskyy, little snake behind, talking about no, he don't. He wants the money. He's in it for the money. We all know about Russia, but I don't even trust him because he knows better. You're not going to win this war, Zelenskyy. You're not going to win this war against Putin. It's just not going to happen. Not the way you're doing it. You're going to fire into Russia like that. They're coming for you. They're coming for you. Now they're getting more help. That's all you did was escalate it. Not even giving Trump the opportunity to resolve this. You got to have somebody in the middle, somebody that can resolve problems. That's a great leader. When you can resolve problems. If anybody, like when you move up in the rank, say you're at a job, you become a manager, you're supposed to be a problem solver. People want people that can resolve. People don't need to hear complaints. They need to know, how can we solve this? And that's what Trump is going to do. He's going to resolve the problems. You want somebody that can come to the table and have everybody sit down. It done. Did you take it? But we're all caught in the middle of this. What's going on. We're the ones that are going to. I think even now people need to just get all their water, get all their food, and start loading up because it's going to get crazy out here. Elijah. Yeah. It's because it's serious. Did you get it? You better prepare. It's like I never felt like, you got the preppers and people have been preparing for stuff to happen. I mean, it's like we like knocking at the door at this point. We knocking right at that door. And that's what's going on. I don't know how many of you are Ukrainians. This is how it feel. Yeah. And y'all want to talk about, we're not talking about COVID. I'm talking about freaking damn nuclear war. We thought COVID took people out or whatever. People still on tripping over stuff that's already happened in the past. Y'all better come up to date and get to what's happening now. Every time somebody says something, they always say, well, what about January 6th? What about now? What about all this crap that's been going on? I mean, it's crazy. We're going to get hit with bombs. Well, what about, no. Y'all better get with the program. You got to get with the program. We got to worry about what's happening today. That's what's important. What's happening in our future. That's what's important. That's what we got to be concerned about. Do y'all understand? Maybe I need to look up the effects of a nuclear war with radiation. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe, that's in the air. That'll take people out. This is serious. And so we need to tell our leaders, we don't even want to dabble in it. Do y'all understand that? This is not being right or wrong. This is not you don't want these things to happen. We're not trying to have a freaking World War III, because this would be like no other war. You are aware of that, right? This will not be like any other war. That's why Putin is saying that he's going to hit him with a nuclear bomb. How does that sound to y'all? He said he's going to fight back with a nuclear bomb. That's his threat now. That's Putin's threat. And he's going to do something because he's the type of leader, whether he's insane or not, that he believes in being manly. He's like, if I say this is what I'm going to let them know. I'm not playing type of dude. He's not rational. And if they keep attacking him, then he's going to attack back. But when he attacks, he's going to come with all his arsenal. He's going to hit hard. And what is this, Zelenskyy? say that. You can say so.
Yeah, so I agree to that. I mean, I wouldn't have this hat on if I didn't. People in the chat, I'm glad that you didn't have a effect on the winner of this
Like,
election, because I'm seeing a lot of people in the chat who are totally delusional. I really don't know what word to use for you because of what this party has done to this country, and what they will continue to do to this country. But I'm glad they didn't win. But now we have to worry about things that still, because of this party that I'm talking about now Joe Biden trying to get us into a war, and the last stretch of his campaign trying to get us into a war. So, but I mean, let's say it's gonna, yeah, Trump 2024, make America great again. Yeah, so I'm glad Trump's president, and I'm glad that we have some common sense back into the office. Yeah, War 3 is going to be bad. It's going to be definitely worse than the other wars. And that's something to be a little bit nervous about and anxious about. Will it happen?
it's already starting.
It's already starting, but I feel like Trump can prevent that.
But they're already starting it.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to stop it.
It's going to be hard to stop it, but I feel like that Trump gets, well, I know that Trump gets respect from the other world leaders. And I feel like that right there can prevent it from happening.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know what what he's saying. We're in a very difficult period. So
Oh, there
everybody,
got Kamala on Fox News.
okay, so we could show them that.
Yeah.
To attack inside
Exactly,
Russia.
Jack.
And that is prompting warnings of a nuclear response.
Okay, this is like, you could just change it so they can turn
Today
it around.
marks 1,000 days since the Russian invasion of Ukraine. That country is now using U.S.-made long-range missiles to attack inside Russia. And that is prompting warnings of a nuclear response from Vladimir Putin. Tonight, Chief Foreign Correspondent Trey Yingst has an exclusive interview with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy.
As we prepare to board President Zelensky's train to head to the Donbass region, we just got news that the United States has approved Ukraine's use of ATACMS long-range missiles into Russian territory.
Yeah, we might be screwed. We are screwed.
Right now, President Zelenskyy is meeting with the 25th Brigade in Pokrovsk. We can see screens here that show Ukrainian drones in the distance, trying to figure out exactly where the Russian advance is happening. The Russians have been trying to take this city for the past 8 months, and so far, they've been unsuccessful.
Mr. President, nice to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Can you tell us what message you're delivering to these soldiers on the front lines here?
Today is very important. Soldiers.
They need to,
in
his
Ukraine,
ass
and
need to
we
be
are very
stomped.
going to be on the front line, very closely to the front. Yes, in our city, Pokrovsk.
Look at this asshole. Look at this. He's starting World War
President
III
Zelenskyy, thank you for speaking with Fox News.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Fox.
with our
You're
money.
here.
Sitting here with our
Today, you and I
money.
visited the eastern front lines. Your soldiers are currently repelling Russian attacks at multiple different locations. It's been 1,000 days since the invasion began. How would you describe the current state of the war?
Very difficult period. Really, sometimes we compare Is it the most difficulties or not? I think the most difficult was the first days of the war, because we've been, circle of Russian troops was around the capital, and mostly Ukraine was occupied. Not all our country, but everybody didn't know what will be. Yes, I think that was the most difficult period. But now, this period, this moment depends, I think, on our unity in Ukraine. And I think that what is very dangerous if we will lose unity in Europe, and what is most important, union between Ukraine and the United States.
Last week, you criticized German Chancellor Olaf Scholz for speaking on the phone with Russian President Putin. Why?
Я знав, що він буде.
I knew that he'd make a call. We had a meeting and he told me that he is going to. And I told him that, according to my opinion, that is really a Pandora's box. Putin's isolation is also the pressure against him. We fight not only by weapons, as you properly said, by diplomacy. Diplomacy is so important.
Off
and
United
only
States
diplomacy
back.
can end this war.
But, sir, how can you have diplomacy without talking?
Exactly.
We're talking, but after you know what
turn
will
back.
be. What will
Oh,
be
he's
soon.
talking a word
What?
salad.
Chancellor,
Okay, he's talking word salad. We are talking about what would be. He's doing the word salad. This war is off the United States dime. It's off of our backs. He's talking about he has no power. The power is coming from us. The weapons they're using is coming from the United States of America. And as this escalates, they probably start sending our soldiers over there as well. He has no footing. His footing is coming from us, from the United States citizens. And he doesn't have a leg to stand on. It's coming from us. He's talking all this talk, and he has nothing. It's off of our back, off of our taxpayer dollars. It's off of the support of the United States. They get into the war. We're in the war. We're being dragged into this war because now you're using our military weapons. And he couldn't wait for Trump to get back in office. 2 months to Trump gets in office, and this man, he's not even talking to the opposition. Haven't even had a conversation because he's making money off of this. Wars, they can make trillions of dollars off of wars. Wars brings lots of money. It's all about power, and it's always about money at the end of the day. This man wants the war to continue. He doesn't want the war to end. He has profited off of this war. He's not out there fighting it.
Someone said that Trump would tell Zelenskyy to give up their territory to an invading power, and that's totally unacceptable.
Well, when did you become the mediator? How do you know what Trump would do? Trump is a businessman. He knows how to make both sides, because Putin's not going to accept anything and he's not to. But his hand is not as strong without us. Zelenskyy doesn't have a hand without the United States because they're fighting using our weapons. So he has nothing to stand on. If we don't support this, then he doesn't have the support. And for Joe Biden to had allowed this, why? Why did Joe Biden, 2 months leaving office, before he leaves office, why would Joe Biden do this? Why would Joe Biden, 2 months to leave office, why would he okay this man to fire into the middle of Russia when we know that Trump has already talked to both of them and he's met with Zelenskyy and let him know that he wants to bring this war to an end? He wants to bring the war to an end. That these people have not even sat down to even talk about ending the war. Oh, this has been going on for 2 years. And they're not even talking. You can't end, like if you have a dispute with something, or say you're in a house, you're fighting with your wife or your husband, you can't not speak and think things are going to be resolved. Eventually, you have to come together and you both have to lay stuff on the table and you have to have the conversations. You can't do anything without conversation. I think we all can agree on that. Trump is not going to be able to get in office before this gets worse, because it's already been two months and this is what they're doing. What's going to stop them from moving further? You think that Putin's going to allow him keep using United States missiles and keep bombing his country? That's like if they were bombing inside the United States. So what, we going to wait 2 more months for another leader to come in office while they bomb the United States? That's why I know he's not going to sit back. He's not going to sit back. Nobody, we wouldn't sit back if someone was bombing us. We're going to wait for the other country to get their new president in office. But meanwhile, we're being bombed and we're not going to retaliate. That's not how this works. That's not how this works. They're not even letting Trump get in office because they want the war. They want this war. You know, if they didn't want the war, then they would just do what they've been doing for the last 2 years. Why is it necessary now to escalate it? Why is it necessary to escalate? Can anybody tell me that? Why do you think they're escalating this? There's a reason for this. It's a reason. It's going to affect your generation because the people that will go to war is people his age. See, they're going to send your kids 18 and up. That's where they're going. That's who they would sacrifice. While you're sitting around, maybe y'all don't have children. But I'm gonna turn it back and let you see what he's saying.
And so your position right now is that Western leaders should not be speaking with Putin.
Look at this.
Intelligence of Western leaders, they
Look at
had
this shit.
contact on the level of intelligence during this war with Russian side. They had a lot. Europe, United States, everybody they had. But it was not, against the political isolation of Putin. It was on the level of intelligence. Why? Because you have not recognized Putin as the president because he is a killer. Otherwise, he will destroy this isolation, political isolation.
Look, he's talking about
Putin the only
political
one who can make the decision to end this war?
Я впевнений на сьогодні.
I'm sure that as of today,
Від Путіна залежить.
it depends on Putin
Дуже сильно.
really a lot.
Він може.
He can do that.
Він може захотіти.
He can be willing and end this war.
Але
But
залежить
it also depends on the United States of America much more.
Путін слабкий.
Putin is weaker than
Сполучені
the
Штати.
United States of America.
Look, he want us
The
to fight your
president of the
goddamn
United
war.
States of America
Look at this.
has the strength and authority.
We're not
and the
Ukraine.
weapons, and he can decrease the price for the energy resources. By the way, I heard this signal from the media.
This is so freaking alarming. I mean, he's just pissing me off. He's talking about the United States have the that's your war. You already got our money, and you want us to draw us into this bull crap because and he's talking word sounds. He's not even saying anything. He doesn't want to end the war. He's not even talking to Putin. If your country, that's your country, and Putin are fighting, and you're not talking to him, nobody's talking to each other. But he wants to talk about the power of the United States, what we can do. We're the strength. But guess what? Putin has allies that now want to help. You're not talking about China. You're not talking about North Korea. You're not talking about Iran. They're coming to his aid right now. They're coming to help him. And you tell me the United States, well, then we supposed to send our soldiers too? They're coming to help them. Now we're talking about we want to get the rest of Europe involved. See, that's what happens. We have to get the rest of Europe involved so Europe can send their soldiers to help you. So you're going to have us all escalate fighting for Ukraine, whatever's left of it. So the whole world, and you're still going to wind up with half a country, if that much. And we're supposed to be fighting for your half a country because most of it is probably bombed or whatever. But we're supposed to fight all these people that lost what they said, 700,000 people or whatever, however many have lost their lives in this war. People are dying in this war senselessly. And this man wants it to go on and on and on. But the whole world is supposed to fight this war for you, Zelensky. I don't think so, especially since you don't want to end it. You don't want to end it. You talking out this left side of your ear talking about what America can do. You want America to come in and Europe to come, everybody to come in to fight this because it's all about money. They say you got your private jets now and planes, and he's becoming rich off of this. This man's probably got $1 billion of the money in his pocket. He got the money. This is all about money. This man, him and Biden or whatever's going on, they want war. They want war. That's what they want. They want war. Putin went on television saying that he would talk about it, to end the war. He said it out of his mouth that he would talk to Trump about it. This man he wanted to talk about the strength of the United States of America to fight his war that we're already involved in. This is ridiculous. Going to bring us up what America could do. He want America to fight Russia, Iran, Korea, all of these people, China. That's what he wants. Hey. And we was running around with this phony election with some freaking entertainers shaking their behind, and we got this crap going on. We better wake up, because it's not the same type of war. Now, this will be the first nuclear war. That's a game changer. That's a game changer. And there's so many people that aren't understanding it. And I'm really upset about even black people. It's like we are so lost. Like it'll be the end of time before we ever wake up as a people. To vote 91% for that freaking, this jacked up behind administration that hasn't done nothing for Americans, period. None of us has prospered off of this administration. And this man talking smack, and we got problems. We got gangs now in 15 states. They said it's organized, this Venezuela gang that's here now. That's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with bull crap now. I wish I could, I don't want to get flagged, because this other stuff I like to say that I can't say. But it doesn't make any sense. And he's talking about what we can do. He wants to do what America could do. You want us to come in there, fight your war, go in World War III for Ukraine. World War III for Ukraine. The whole world blown up. And guess what? Nobody's going to wind up with anything. Nothing. The land is not going to be any good. The water is not going to be any good. It's not, the food is not going to be any good. Nothing's going to be any good. People are going to be dropping off like, ants. They're going to drop off like flies.
In the media from President Trump,
Look at
that
this.
he's thinking to decrease the price for energy sources, for oil.
Stop talking about us, Zelenskyy.
Are you hopeful that President-elect Trump will be able to influence Putin to end the war?
It will be not simple,
Look at him.
but I think if to use all the
We're going to stop your
efficient
money.
United States has,
We're going to stop your
yes,
money.
he can, because
No, we can
he is
stop
much
it.
more stronger than Putin.
Look
He's
at
stronger.
this.
United States stronger.
Yeah, you want us
Economy
in.
stronger.
We're not fighting your
Money,
damn war.
Big money. United States has very big influence.
I want to ask you about some comments you made regarding
This is crazy.
possible negotiations last week. You said the U.S. can't force you to sit at the negotiating table.
We could stop giving you money.
What if the U.S. government cuts military funding to Ukraine?
Yes, that's what I
If they
said.
will cut, I think we will lose.
Good.
Of course, anyway, we will stay, we will fight. We have our production, but it's not enough to prevail, and I think it's not enough to survive. But that will be, if such choice will be American choice, so we will decide what we will have to do.
Oh yeah, he's
As
stumbling
President
now.
Volodymyr Zelensky
Look at this.
laid out his case for more weapons and air defense.
No more weapons
Tonight,
for
air
you.
raid sirens were sounding across the Ukrainian capital as Russia launched new attacks. Brett?
Nice job, Trey. Trey Yingst in Kyiv. Thank you.
See, this is, yeah, look at him. we'll stop it. We'll stop giving you that money. And then you'll come to the table and you'll sit down and then you'll negotiate like you should. We stop that money source. You tell me you don't want to come to the table. We stop your money source. You're going to come to the table. You're going to sit down. You and Putin going to sit down and y'all going to hash this out, because dragging the whole world into this Ukraine battle for a little half a piece of land, that's probably, how big is Ukraine? Anybody, how big is Ukraine compared to some of our states? You know, he's talking about how powerful the United States is, what the United States can do, and he just wants this to go on forever. Like, he doesn't want this to end, because United States is bigger than Russia, but Russia has help. Russia has help the size of Texas. So the whole world is supposed to get into World War III for a country the size of Texas. That's so we all supposed to go down. Everything supposed to get blown up. Radiation supposed to be released into the world, because it'll travel. It'll travel. And we're supposed to continue supplying him money, and all of us supposed to be drawn in to this fight for a piece of land. At this point, that they need to negotiate about all of this. That's what needs to happen. We don't need, and he's sitting back, and when the reporter said, what about when we stop the money? Well, we have some. So you don't care about your people dying. Because if you care, if you was a real leader, you'd be trying to end it. You want this to end. That's what you're supposed to do. But that's why I don't know who's running Washington to allow 2 months. He's not even allowing Trump to get in there because he wants it to continue. He wants it to be so big and so much going on that when Trump comes in 2 months, that he's not going to be able to stop it, because it's going to be escalated. It's going to be out of hand, because now you got China hand in it. And then while we trying to negotiate that, what happens when China attacks Taiwan? Then what we going to do? So we giving them all our resources. We're giving them weapons. And what happens when China says, okay, this is a good time to hit the United States, because they busy involved with Ukraine now. And so we're going to attack Taiwan, Then we got the whole world involved. We got to de-escalate this. If we have a chance of going on with our lives to be prosper and enjoy our families and enjoy our futures, because this is serious, and we can see what's going on. The thing about it, the way things are, that, we're watching. And Putin, Putin has something to say about it.
Joining me now is House Foreign Affairs Committee member Congressman Darrell Issa. Congressman, should Ukraine be allowed to use U.S. missiles to strike inside Russia? It was President Biden who allowed that. Should he have done it?
Ukraine should have been allowed to bring this war to a peaceful end, one that was negotiated from a position of U.S.-backed strength, and they weren't. So now in the last minutes of this administration, this is a very questionable tact, and one that President Trump's going to have to straighten out in just a matter of days.
It puts President-elect Trump in a bind, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. It creates a situation in which clearly he's going to inherit a much more volatile situation. And quite frankly, I suspect the outgoing administration is going to say, oh, we already tried that. We did that, trying to take any credit from some initiative President Trump undoubtedly will author.
Oh, yeah, they Putin's nuclear saber rattling. Is that all it is? It's just a symbolic?
The most important thing to Putin is to cling to power. If he uses nuclear weapons, he will lose his hold on power. So I don't suspect that it's real, but we have to take it seriously, just as 10,000 North Korean troops being added as cannon fodder have to be taken very seriously.
Congressman, Israel's military says it seized a stockpile of Russian weapons in Lebanon. They say many of these weapons are modern and they came from stockpiles in Syria. This is not a good development, is it?
No, not at all. And as much as 40% of what we find in Hezbollah caches came in through as processed weapons through Syria. Others came in as components, some of them from Iran. The reality is that we have to deal with more than just Hezbollah or Hamas. we have to deal with those who supply them, which includes Syria, which is backed by Russia, and then of course Iran, that is backed by Russia and China right now.
You may be the next chair of the Foreign Affairs Committee in the House. If you were that chair, what's your priority number one?
One of the number one priorities is to engage all the members of the committee in being educated and prepared to help the Congress make good decisions. One of the others that's critical is foreign affairs has to team up with armed services so that we can lead the effort on military aid to other countries and our diplomatic mission. It's something that's been sorely missed during the last 4 years. Clearly, I have a long-standing friendship with incoming Secretary Rubio, and I know he appreciates the role of Congress, so I hope that we're working very closely together.
Congressman Darrell Issa, thanks for joining us this morning.
Yeah, this is like, we're going to have to, why are you right there? Go over there. Yeah, so anyway, I just hope that we can come together as a nation. And that's why it's important to vote, because you need people that are going to make righteous decisions, people that care about the people of this country, and they're not about just caring about the dollar. It's like, I believe this election that we just had was all about power. It was all about retaining power by any means necessary. I felt that they brought the illegal aliens here because they wanted them to vote in our elections to decide to retain power, I think, for the next 20, 30 years. So that didn't work. So now they're like, okay. Then I was thinking maybe they brought these people in because they want a war and they want to use them to fight in the war, because they said that we don't have, like, I guess, the manpower to fight in a big war. So they want these people to come in the way that they did. There's a reason for the madness. There's most definitely a reason why so many people in such a short span of time were allowed to flood in. And when they didn't let them come in over the border, because people started complaining about the border the 4th year of this administration, they start flying them in. So fine, it's like a number that they wanted to reach. So it's a reason for this madness that you will, open the doors and allowing people, terrorists, murderers, rapists, the cartel. You allow everyone and anybody to come in this country unvetted. So it's a reason for this. And it could be because they want the war. But they felt as though that they would have retained power, they would have had this war going on, and the people would suffer. So, because when you're under evil rulership, the people suffer. When you're under righteous rulership, the people prosper. So this was an evil administration. This was some wickedness that's been going on, and they don't care about the American people. They were about power and about money. And they're still moving forward with this war thing. And they are going to make it very difficult for Trump to settle this down, because you got two high-strung, countries that want to win. And Zelenskyy, he a little, like, I got issues with him. I just feel like he's like a snake. He know Biden isn't capable of making decisions. And why make a decision like that 2 months before the end of your term? Able to talk this man that's suffering. You already talked him out of, I think he signed a contract for 10 years.
You gotta stop giving Joe Biden so many excuses.
They 2 months before his administration ends. And I think that this was the plan. So they're moving on with the plan, causing all this chaos for this country. So when Trump comes in, this is a lot. The nation's already screwed up. And now we got to deal with these outside forces. That's a lot for anyone to get the economy right, inflation, American jobs. I mean, it's like a lot that's going on that he's going to have to handle, that they're going to try to take credit for. Oh, inflation was great. Oh, yeah, we had that. Well, we can't feel it. They're going to try to act like they lied to my Biden. He's the greatest president. They need to put him on Mount Rushmore. Just lying to the man. We see him. They act like we can't see this fool running around supposed to be representing this country. This is like so insulting. We're supposed to be the greatest nation on earth, and we look like fools. And President Xi, he's standing up there where the United States president was to stand for the picture. They didn't even want Biden in the picture. They took it without him. How insulting is that for the United States of America? That's insulting. You know, and you hear Zelenskyy, he's talking about, oh, America's greater, like all the money. What's been happening for him when Trump get in, that stuff is going to be cut off. He ain't going to get all this. He's not going to rope a dope and have Trump going along with this nonsense. And I don't know where our leaders are, because they know that this man should not be making decisions, because he's making decisions for us. And he's incapable of making decisions even for himself. You know, if you can't find yourself out of the rainforest, you shouldn't be telling people they could send missiles, long-range missiles into Russia. You know, we need, and then he doesn't want to come to the table. He doesn't even want to talk about it. He wants no conversation. He said, I don't even want to talk about it. He don't want to negotiate. He don't want to talk about anything.
Always good stuff. Thank you.
He just wants the money from America. That's what he wants. So we need to be aware of that. You know, we need to, I don't know what Congress is doing. I don't know what's going on. You know, who's running this country? You know, this man is never in office. The other time they say he's at the beach. Now he's where? In the rainforest. So who, when he's not there, who's running the country? I mean, those are legitimate questions. Like, who's actually calling the shots? Is it Bill Gates? Is it Bloomberg? Is it the rich? Is it the Koch brothers? Is it the machine? Who's running this country, controlling this country? You know? So we need to find out, like, what's going on. But Zelenskyy, I don't trust him at all. What he just did, that little snake move, you've been going through this for over 2 years, and now 2 months before Biden come out of office, now you want to send missiles? Obama is? Yeah, probably. I think it is. It might be Obama. Obama's been doing all this. Yeah, this campaign talking about just, you know, give the people nothing, just give them entertainers. We're going to pay, they paid $1 billion in 3 months. $1.5 billion, $1.5 billion, and $20 million in debt. So I hope all those supporters send her y'all money. Send your money to her. Just keep sending your money. You know, somebody like that's supposed to be running the country. They're going to spend $1 billion. And they did it on ice cream, they said, on DoorDash, on flying people around, $10 million to Beyonce, $350,000 to Roland Martin, $500,000 to Reverend Al Sharpton, all these different entertainers, from Lady Gaga to Katy Perry to Bruce Springsteen. All these people, they paid them. They weren't supporters. Beyonce, they were paid actors. They were Usher, Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion. These people were paid. They weren't even supporters, trying to get people to support her when they weren't even supporters. They were paid to say these things about them. That's why everything was scripted, teleprompted. They couldn't even ask her regular questions. It's terrible. They had the biggest stars in the world. In the world. They were billionaires. Do y'all realize that the people that she talked about, billionaires, Trump only spent $381 million for his campaign, and they spent $1.5 billion in 3 months. She did. And that's prior to what Biden has spent. That's crazy. He spent $10 million on his staffing. They spent, what, $582 million on theirs? I mean, this is insanity.
That's the truth.
What did they say? I can't see.
They're saying that some of these celebrities were blackmailed because of the Diddy tapes.
Oh, yeah. I believe that.
Yeah.
They said Diddy, they raided his cell, you know, took stuff out of his cell, personal notes, things for it. Yeah, Diddy got too much information. If he make it in there, it'll be a miracle, because he got something on all of them. You know, a lot of them, from J-Lo, Usher, LeBron, all of them got ties to Diddy. I'm waiting for them to get Jay-Z. They said Jay-Z is worse than Diddy. Jay-Z been quiet. He tried to separate himself. They all was at these Diddy parties.
LeBron was like, "There's nothing
Like-
like a Diddy party."
Yeah, LeBron was like, nothing like a Diddy party. Yeah.
Remember he posted that video against
That's
Trump?
yeah, they made them all come from J-Lo. You know, she had her ties with Diddy. All of these people got ties with him. You know, they all been to his parties and all kinds of stuff that we can't imagine that was going on at these parties. So yeah, that's what it is. They had, but then look at the money they paid them. So these weren't even people that really cared about her being president. They were trying to just tell you to vote for someone that they weren't even supporting. Because when you support someone, they don't have to pay you millions of dollars for 4 minutes, $10 million for 4 minutes of your time to say, I support you. This was insanity. And now they back living a millionaire and billionaire. And she had all the millionaires and billionaires from Bloomberg, Bill Gates to Mark Cuban, Beyonce, all these billionaires, and the rest were multi-millionaires. Trump ain't had nobody. What y'all say? He had Hulk Hogan? Who he? He's they nothing.
Kid Rock.
Kid Rock. This is like a joke. It's a joke in comparison. She had every freaking from Robert De Niro to Julia Roberts to Oprah Winfrey. But she got $1 million out the deal
Robert
too.
De Niro's funny.
Yeah, Robert. Yeah, this was like night and day. This was night and day. Night and day. Yeah, this Diddy thing is serious. When everything comes out, if they get to it, to say how many people, he gonna tell on everybody because he want to get out of there. He wants to get out of there. I'm surprised that they're not trying to end him, unalive him, because I think he got too much information. It's too much going on, and he could take so many people down, probably hundreds of people he could take down, that they were all thinking that they could do all the drugs, do all this crazy, ungodly stuff, and it's coming back to bite them all. Because they said what's hidden in the dark come out in the light. So all that, the truth will manifest itself. So all the truth is coming out. Everything's coming out. Even behind this campaign, all the truth is coming out. All the players, all the people that you thought that they were supporting, they were being paid to be there. You thought that they were coming there because this is the best candidate. This is who they want. That was a lie. That was a lie. It was all just a fake campaign. Even the media, when they start telling you, like, so many people have been paid, and Roland Martin was selling out black people as usual, he's such a clown. He's so disgusting. Charlemagne. He does not, none of these people speak for black people. They do not speak for black people. I don't know how they dug Charlemagne up. Like he Malcolm X now. Get out of here. Dr. Martin Luther King. No, he's not. We have more nukes than any country in the world. Yeah, we might have more nukes, but we don't want them going off. Because people could, we got the biggest hit, but they can hit back. And if everybody start hitting each other, then we're all going to suffer. That's the problem. This is not like a tank war and guns and stuff. This is like them nukes. Like they set up their nuke. We set off our nuke. They said, nah, we can't do that. We can't do that, people. We can't do that. And that's what Zelenskyy and them, they don't care. He like the money coming in. He wants this to go on forever. He living his life. Y'all think he just there in a war? This man is traveling. This man is living his life. These people living their life. Nobody poke the bear. Yeah. So it's a lot. But you're hearing these leaders, you're hearing Zelenskyy, you're hearing what Putin has to say, but they're not talking together to each other. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to do that. The people that's on there appreciate it. Yeah, we need to, we really need to get on these leaders. I don't know what our leadership, what they, all this stuff is going on. and they need to be more outspoken. And somebody needs to ring in this freaking president.
No, JM, you need to read more books. You know, you're talking to someone who goes to the library like every other week to get a book. You know, but this country is important. I'm in college right now. I can't believe I forgot to say that. I'm in college right now. So it's not that. It's about, you know, our life is on the line. That's why we are focused on this too. I'm not just going to be sitting in the house reading a book all day. There's things that's really right now more important than that. It's called being alive and being safe. But yeah, I'm really getting tired of this Democrat regime, and I'm awaiting for this to be over. And I'm getting annoyed at seeing the people that still support them, but it's like at first I laugh at it, but then it gets to a point, it's like, okay, you're not all the way there. But yeah, and it's hard to deal with because, you know, me being a college-age young man, I don't want to have my future children in a country that's in complete chaos. You know, I want this country to be of peace and of love and of faith in God, not having to worry about these other countries, these dictators, these illegal immigrants, these agendas, all this anger and hate and rage. I'm not trying to bring people into the world to go through that. You know, I think that would be pretty selfish of me to do. I want everything to be good before I help bring someone into this world. You know, it's not all about me. It's not all about us. It's about the future that we will create, that I will create and stuff, and my friends and future wife and everyone in above. So yeah, so if you're a Democrat,
Excuse me.
you're a funny dude.
What did he say?
No, I was just talking about that, like the future's at stake, and it's just unbelievable. People don't understand that or don't accept that.
They not understanding that we're living in a different time. We really are. You know, this is like, it's not like any other time. Like,
Yeah.
you know, past wars or situations. We didn't have this. They created the situation that we have in the United States that's going on right now. Everything currently that we're experiencing in the United States is from this administration. Bringing in all these people, these illegal aliens, they have destroyed this country because they brought in enough people that it would have taken 30 years to come in at a minimum, trying to vet them. We got them all at once, and we got everything here, everything. And they're not just in the sanctuary cities; they have spread it throughout the country. But the worst thing is that these gangs, these cutthroat gangs, have spread it throughout the country. You know, they said they know that they're in 15 states right now. So we got stuff going inside of the country, and we got stuff going on outside the country. So we're really F. We really are. We are. We got stuff going on in and out. So this is a time that I never felt before that you really need to be kind of stocking up on stuff. You do. You need to be like preparing yourself for stuff because this is getting ugly. You know, Trump to come in and to try to, like, if everybody's fighting, because this is escalating fast. It's happening right now. So imagine if it's happening right now, 2 whole months before he's even sworn in. What's the day, the 19th?
Mm-hmm.
So 20th, it'll be exactly 2 months prior to him becoming president, before he could be sworn in. So that's a long time. That's a long time. And a lot can happen.
Yeah, this Al is a Democrat. He said,
Of course he is.
Sad we don't see how
It's crazy.
bad, I guess he's saying bad or bold Trump is, but we'll learn that the hard way.
We don't see how bad it. What?
He said bad. I
Bad.
think he meant bad.
You know what? For them to still say, you know what I see? I see how bad Biden and Kamala is. I see how this is the worst freaking administration in history. That's what I see. I don't think anybody can do worse than this. They have destroyed this freaking country. We have a freaking president running around suffering from dementia, and you talking about how bad Trump would be. Trump was already president before. So it's not like this is his first rodeo, that we haven't experienced him as president. That's what you need to understand. And when he was president, let me clarify that there were no wars. Economy was great. Inflation was great. It was better for everyone when he was president. So if that's the worst that can happen to us, that they were talking about, we don't want to go, I want to go back to that. This that's going on now is a freaking nightmare. It's a nightmare. And for someone to have the audacity to keep talking about him when we're experiencing this bull crap, and they got 2 months left and it gets worse by the day. Who could imagine that it could get even worse? And you talking about Trump. Get off of that. He's the only one this world respect. They respect him. You think they respect Biden? Really? You think they respect Kamala? Don't nobody respect her. Her staff don't even respect her. Talking about him. He's the best thing that happened for us right now. But at least they fear him. At least they see strength in him. You know, Iran was trying to kill him. They didn't want him to be president along with this damn nation. Allegedly. You know, so that's not the worst thing. The worst thing is what we are going through now. This is bad. This is what we're experiencing. What this administration, this would have been a nightmare for this to continue 4 more years. It would be nothing left because they can't lead. They can't govern. She spent $1 billion and $1.5 billion in 3 months. And that's why our economy is the way it is. She's the one that did the casting vote. And you think that they can lead? Give me a break. This is insanity. It's amazing. Well, they can't, the people on here can't all be American citizens. The ones that saying something that you can't be American citizen because this is crazy. This is crazy. Talking about him and all this crap is going on that we're dealing with on a daily basis. Have you been to do you eat? Maybe y'all don't eat. Maybe y'all have learned how to survive without food. Because I know what it is when I go to the supermarket. Maybe it's different for you. Maybe you don't have high interest rates on your credit cards. Maybe it's different. Maybe you were able to buy a house with this high interest rate, paying double for the house. Maybe that's good for you. Maybe your job is keeping up with inflation. So as everything goes up, your job is meeting that. Maybe that is because like the dollar has deflated. The dollar is not even worth what it used to be worth. They don't even want the dollar to be like the world currency, standard of the world currency.
So now someone said with this bright comment, they said, I live in Arizona. If he deports all the Mexicans, are you going to take up those jobs?
You know what? Deport them. You know, you want to say all Mexicans, whoever, let them come in legally. How you think that? So 3 years ago, we didn't have them, right? And we were doing just fine. The economy was fine. Inflation was fine. Everything was great. They weren't here. Now they're here. How come we got all these problems? Why they got all these problems? Well, the jobs were being filled. The jobs as far as black people had the highest employment rate under Trump. Now we got a lower employment rate under Biden. How about that? How about that? What are you talking about? They can go. All of a sudden we need them, but we didn't need them 3 years ago, 4 years ago. We were doing just fine. We were doing better when they weren't here. Everybody keeps talking about, well, who's going to do the jobs? We, American citizens, are going to do the jobs. American citizens are not getting any jobs. Black people aren't getting these jobs. It's going to the illegal immigrants. Our employment rate has plundered. That's what Trump is talking about. We're being affected by it. They're going to replace black people. Black people just haven't caught on yet. That's all. They put them in our neighborhoods using our tax dollars. We're supporting them. We're screaming and hollering. We can't get nothing done. And they're giving it to them. And they're giving them the jobs as well. Isn't that wonderful? That's one. They're getting opportunity. They're getting the opportunity. Black people aren't getting the opportunity. So, yeah. Talk about Mexico. Mexicans. Like, what were we doing for the last, how long this country been here? Over 200 something years. Like, last 4 years. We were doing just fine 4 years ago, right? And they weren't here. This is crazy. The people aren't even logical. They're not even logical. Let me see what they say on here so I can read it. So you're going to work for 115 degrees heat for less than minimum wage, 14 hours a day. They crazy. Like, okay, well, we've been handling it. Ha ha. Yeah, you must be illegal. They keep telling people that we don't want these jobs. That's a lie. And that's hurting the unions. The unions. Why pay me $40 an hour and I get 4 weeks of leave? I get FMLA, I get health benefits, I get sick time, you get all that. And don't work overtime. Oh, you're making 55 at a minimum. Why pay United States citizens even a living wage if they could pay a Mexican $10 an hour and no benefits?
See, this person on the chat has the same mindset and thought process of the company Tyson. How they fired all the American workers.
All the Americans. Americans are getting fired from these career jobs. Yeah.
They're trying to pay them pennies to a dollar.
They could pay them pennies to a dollar. That's hurting unions. It's not just black people, unions. It's hurting American citizens. It's hurting everyone because you could pay them a lower wage. You know, why hire people to pay them more money that they can buy single homes? They can buy cars. They can go on vacations. They can take care of their families. That's called a living wage. That's like, I'm union. That's what we fought for. And make sure that everybody, I'm an activist. That's what we fought for. So why? I know all about that. You know, I'm a leader for one of the largest unions in the nation. So I know what I'm talking about. Not giving y'all too much information, but yeah, that's right. Why pay us like that? Those are union jobs, you know, that we can live with, so I can put my kids through college. You know, there's a big difference. And like we couldn't make it without all 20 million illegal immigrants. Yeah, they're blowing up our healthcare system. You know how much it costs to take care of someone? You go to the hospital, to the doctor. The fees are through the roof. They're killing our health system.
They're killing some of us.
Yeah. They doing what Lanky Rowley's trial right now. I don't even want to hear how that woman suffered. You know, they're brutal. You know, so we're gonna be just fine. Yeah, 110 degrees, 7 days a week. When we used to working 7 days a week, 12-hour, 14-hour shifts. That's right, all that overtime. And now talking about no tips on overtime. That's even better. So yeah, we can do it. American citizens can do it, and we've been doing it, and we'll continue to do it. We're resilient. Like, oh, we're not going to be able to make it. Yes, we will. Yes, we can. Wasn't that there? Yes, we can. We can make it. Yes, we can. You know? But people need to come in the right way so that it's sustainable. Because we can't continue taking care of these people. They're already cutting out the EBT cards. They was giving them $350 a week. because they didn't want to get the food that was provided for them. They were throwing away food when we got children, over 3 million children going to school hungry, and the only way they get a meal is from a school program. And they throwing away the food. Now they done cut that out. You know, these people are ungrateful. You got people starving and they were throwing away all the food. So they said, well, we'll save money. We'll give them $350 a week. What's that, $1,400 a month or more, $1,500 a month?
Well, what's the problem again with the hurricane victims?
I mean, $1,400 a month, huh?
What's the problem again with
Well, the
hurricane?
hurricane, they had some of the worst hurricanes with Helene and what was the other one? It's losing Milton. With the hurricanes. But what happened with the hurricanes is that they took FEMA money and they didn't want to say, and Mayorkas came out and said that they used the money for the illegal immigrants that was supposed to be money set aside for hurricane relief. But then when people start coming at him, he's trying to change it. Oh no, we got money over here. No, that money's fine. We got money over here. And then the vice president, she had the audacity to go to people that their houses was buried to the ground and tell them, oh, we got $750 for you. Lose everything, your house, your job, your car, you lose everything. And somebody tell you, I got $750 for you. And then you got to sign up for it. Mind you, we don't have internet, we have no phone, we have nothing. You got to sign up for it. But then when you sign up for it, half the people have been denied. And if you have a Trump sign in your yard, FEMA not even coming by to help you. That's what went on. But then Lebanon, during the same time, they needed help. We sent over $147 million. $147 million. And the people here not being helped. That's the problem why I don't like this administration. Because Americans are being left behind. Americans are not being taken care of. That's the problem I have with what's going on. And we have people had the audacity that voted for that bull crap again and said, give us more of this nightmare. This is a freaking nightmare. A freaking nightmare. And I'm ashamed and disgusted. So many black women supposed to be, these women supposed to be college educated. You know, they so busy trying to like, oh, we AKA, we this, we that, and you know, and all of this, doing identity politics, and she didn't ask for nothing from her. And she's not even black. I bet you won't hear her tell me how black she is now. She could go back to being an Indian.
God bless you too.
You know? This is ridiculous. Our people are so lost that, you know, I'm just so sad that Jesus will be back and we still won't have it together.
Wow, God bless you. Look, he said he stood in line for 2 hours to vote for Donald J. Trump.
That's good.
It's great.
And you know, and look, they tried to change my address. I couldn't believe it. I went to the voting place. Here I am, like advocating, you know, voting, and get out and vote and all this kind of stuff. And I go, because usually I do the mail-in ballot, but it didn't come to me. So I said, okay, I'll just go to the voting, just go ahead and cast my vote. Lo and behold, they changed my address. And we've been living in the same house for like at least the last 19 years or however long. And so we haven't changed our address, but that's the only mail that the address was changed. So if you change any part of the address, you know, then it's a change of address. Another way you do a change of address if you put it in the post office. But the post office didn't have a change of address because I know the mailing system. I don't know how it was done, but by the somehow that ballot, because I got it after election, it had the wrong, they finally got it to me, but say if it was supposed to be north, it was south. If it was supposed to be east, you know, that's how that was. But that's a change of address. So when I went to vote, then it was a big deal. I went through hoops to try to vote. You know, it was a lot because they had me with a wrong address.
My name, none of your business. I'm about to stop saying his comments, but he just said,
what?
Love thy neighbor unless they're an immigrant.
You know, it's okay.
Oh,
you know,
now he's talking about Trump with the claims against Trump. Yeah, I'm just gonna.
What's the conversation?
He's saying don't convey thy neighbor's wife unless she's younger and hotter.
Okay, well anyway, obviously you're not an American citizen. You just strange. It's okay. We'll pray for
You a
you. In
weird
Jesus'
dude.
name, we just pray for you. You must not have a life, so I don't know what's going on, but everybody going through something. Obviously, it's hard for you to comprehend. So, but it's okay. Sometimes people kind of slow. It
No,
takes a while for them to catch
it's
up.
going through a lot right now because Trump won.
Yeah, they wanted more of this. I guess they want he might be one of them guys that wanted to go in ladies' locker rooms and lady bathrooms and play in ladies' sports, and maybe he
Yeah.
needs an abortion. I don't know. That's what they ran on. They ran on transgenders. Maybe he's a trans. You never know. Is he? Are you a
And
transgender?
they're called Al.
Yeah,
Their
we
best
don't
friend
want.
is
Yeah,
something
we're not
Al.
trying to think. Hey, they live in alternative lifestyles, so they fighting. You got guys talking about guys ain't having abortion. He's like, yeah, I want abortion. Well, you're not getting abortion. Abortion is not birth control. That's not birth control. Voted for, yeah, they clearly voted, yeah. And they still lost. It's like at a certain point you need to wake up. I voted that way last time. I woke up. You at a certain point you need to like have a light bulb moment. Like everything these people are saying about him is what they're representing. They're talking about say democracy when they're destroying democracy. That doesn't go together. The primary, there was no primary. You didn't even get to choose who ran for president. They chose Kamala for you. Nobody voted for her. Nobody voted for it. Then they try to lock the opponent up. Who does it? That's what they do in communist countries. You lock up or you kill your opponent. That's what they try to do to Trump. I'm like, Liz, beat this person fair and square. That's what got me more on board. That woke me up. That I started really paying attention and stopped listening to the same news channels. And I start, expanding
What this
my
is,
viewpoints.
that's probably these comments like
Mm-hmm.
that guy right there is probably rolling on a burner account.
It might be Roland Martin in the burner car. I want to come for Roland. Roland, I'm coming for you. I'm just trying to see if I can use his material because I'm still learning about this copyright stuff because I got a lot to say to him because he just sold black people out. And I knew, and I was told you, he was being paid. He was being paid. He don't care about black people. He was being paid. He was doing all he can. They promised him all kinds of money for his black media that's not for black people. It's for him and for him to prosper. Everybody, they all on board until money comes to play. And then people start changing when they start going after that dollar. Then that corruption come. And then they started out being about something and then they just all turn bad, They turn, money grabs. People are, stale in the past. A lot of y'all got to come to the present and the future. You got to get on board to what's happening now. And as American citizens, we got to be wide awake. And there's things we need to do to even prepare ourselves, for what's coming in the future because they doing a lot to destroy. They have done a lot. This administration has done a lot to destroy this country. Nobody has ever done what they have done. This letting in all these illegal aliens, this has never happened before. Talking nuclear wars, and Russia is actually threatening on dropping a bomb. This stuff hasn't been going on. And Zelensky sitting back, and we supposed to fight for something the size of Texas? And the whole world is supposed to go into a war for the size of Texas. I don't think so. And he wanted to flex on America. Well, America is stronger than Russia. Zelensky, this is your war. You're telling other America, you want us to fight your war now. You want us to fight. And then all the other allies Putin got, all the evils are together. China, Russia, Iran. So now y'all have them clicking. They stopped Russia from receiving some weapons. That there was they intercepted some weapons. And they say it was coming from Israel to get to him. Yeah, they intercepted some weapons, so.
You mean preaching to a church? Don't preach to a choir.
What did they say? I don't want to get up on it, to try to read it. I gotta read it over here.
Okay, Teddy. Teddy, would you like to have a conversation with me on it on Instagram about politics. Cause I have a phone call with you. We gotta do it live. I do it live too.
Well, we'll start bringing people on because we want them.
Bro, are you Teddy? Teddy, you're just dumb. You know, Teddy, because these aren't even sunglasses. You know what sunglasses look like? These glasses helped improve my vision. That's why. And they're smart glasses. These glasses costed me $500. These are Ray-Bans. These are smart glasses. Have a camera in them and everything. Music, you have Siri in them. I'm not trying to flex on y'all, but Teddy's like calling me out, so I had to flex. Teddy. Bro, I hope that's not your real name, Teddy. Thank you for timing them out. Right, my name, you can't use God as part as your, I guess I could call it kind of an argument, because the party you're for and the candidate that you're for does everything and is totally against God. Such as when she kicked the 2 young Christian men out of her rally and told them they're at the wrong rally. They should go to the smaller one down the street because they just said Jesus is king. So you can't do that. A party that's for abortion, the party that's for men in female locker rooms, you can't try to use that as a argument to make your point, because there's no argument there to be had.
They like just for them talking about Donald Trump. How do Biden and people like Pelosi come into office with no money and all them leave the office being multi-millionaires? How is that possible? And none of them have had businesses, none of them have a record of businesses like Trump, but they all become even Obama's got 4 mansions
It's like
now.
the same old song with what they say, because now they're talking about Trump's court case. Like, it's the same thing.
Well, he was set up.
Yeah.
The court case was they went after him. That was Biden's DOJ. They went after him. They wanted to lock him up because they knew they couldn't beat him, and they didn't. Everybody knows that. Everybody sees. That's why when they tried to make him a felon, because he still really hasn't been charged that. They're saying that, but there's no charges yet. That's why he got more donations than ever before, because people saw how he was being set up. We saw how he was being set up. They was trying to put him in jail, and when that didn't work, then allegedly 2 people that were more skilled in the CIA, the Secret Service, the FBI, Homeland Security, this 22-year-old young man had more skills than the world, had bank accounts from somewhere else in the world. He's climbing the roof. Everybody see him for 90 minutes, except for the Secret Service and all of that. We know all that was a setup. There's no way.
And his parents still haven't been brought to trial.
Right. Parents haven't been talked to. They haven't been brought to trial. They don't have no information. They waited 24 hours before they even say who he was, but they knew from the rifle that was attached to his father. They knew instantly who he was.
So now,
they knew. They knew who he was before they knew.
Now my name.
Yeah.
I have a good reply for this, but my name is saying, holy cow, it's okay for him to cheat because it's none of your business, but if someone is gay, that's somehow bad for your marriage.
That doesn't make sense. Why did you even entertain to read that out loud? Please, that just was word salad. Oh my God, it didn't make any sense. Oh my goodness. Oh, that hurt my ears. Don't ever read anything like that again. That's just, it's just too
But
much.
what I was gonna bring up was just God. That's why I said I had to reply to it, and that's why I read it.
Yeah, but that just, that was just so deranged. How you bring those two? I mean, that was just deranged. You know, the majority of Americans have bad marriages. It's sad to say how many people cheat on each other. It's like that's not even like people are supposed to be married. They're supposed to stay married to one person, but that hasn't been what's have happened in the United States. And nobody's perfect. He's no more perfect than any of us.
Just like
You know,
50% of marriages end in a divorce.
they end in divorce. So I mean, he's no different than the rest of us. Who's on here have had everlasting relationship from day one, and you're still with the same partner, and everything is great. You know, people don't stick around for all the nonsense now. They don't take it. They just simply move on. But none of us are perfect. So, like Jesus said, whoever casts the first stone, they have not sinned. None of us can cast stones in somebody else's relationship when we could look at our own lives. Well, how have our relationships have been, even with our own family members? A lot of people, Thanksgiving is coming up. How many of you aren't speaking to your families? How many people on here are having Thanksgiving with their families? Just with their families. We talking about people in their marriages. How many people? Like people used to be married for like, long, long time, 30, 40 years. I don't think that's ever going to happen again. But it would be great if it did, but none of us are perfect. People move on. A lot of people, they like being married. They could just be bachelors. He didn't have to keep marrying someone. He likes family. He loves his children. He does, and his grandchildren. He does show that.
Yeah, I love when
They call him Grandpa.
yeah,
Grandpa, we want Grandpa to win.
on Kai's YouTube channel, she posted a video the other day, and she was like, "Grandpa says that he has a better golfing record than me." I think it's so like cute and stuff. Like that's her grandpa.
Yeah, so
People forget like he's a father, he's a husband,
Mhm.
he's a grandpa. It's like they don't look at that when they when they say
that
something
he's
about
human.
that
He
he's
has
human.
family
Yeah.
like everyone else.
Uh-huh.
He loves his family, his grandkids, and they love him. They love their father. They love him.
Yeah.
We don't might not love him, but they love him. That's their father. That's their grandfather. They love him. But he's fighting for the nation. There's no reason for him to have to do this. All the hell that he's been through, fighting for this nation, is nothing in it for him. Nothing at all. He's had nothing but hardship. He could have just went on, lost the last election, or they stole the election from him. I do believe at this point they stole it from him because Biden did not get no 81 million votes. Ain't no way in hell he got more votes than Obama and everyone else. He got more votes, 20 million more than everybody else. Biden is not that popular. But anyway, getting back to what I was saying is that everybody just got to move on. But families, they allowed this election to stop. They're not speaking. I saw on the news that this young lady, she unalived her father. They said she was busting out the windows. I don't know if y'all heard of that. This is how deranged and sick people were over this freaking election. They got people talking about that they're not going to have sex for the next 4 years. They leaving the country. They having meltdowns. If you have lost their mind, I mean, it's crazy. What people are doing, and like it's every 4 years. It's an election, but we couldn't possibly withstand that administration still be in office. And then she was running with Tampon Tim. Tampon Tim. He could become president. This dude, knucklehead, this man was not presidential no more than she was. She didn't even pick someone decent to run with her. That was going to be a nightmare, having him as the vice president. So it's a lot. But, we need to come together as a nation. But first, we need to come together. The families, need to come together. I just hope everybody have a good Thanksgiving, because the way it's looking, like people are so divided. You don't need to talk about the election and stuff like that. I think family during this time needs to come together and just be glad that you're here. Be thankful for the roof over your head. Be thankful for food on the table. Be thankful that you have a job. Be thankful that you have a car. If you don't have a car, be thankful that you have fare, that you can, money to pay to ride the bus or to ride the train. Be thankful you have shoes. There's people that don't have shoes. So it's a lot to be thankful about. And people don't know how to focus on the things that they should be grateful for. And I think that's what people are going to have to do, because we're going to have to strengthen ourselves, because there's a lot that's going on. And who knows, by Thanksgiving that's just what next week, what could be going on even by then. So, hopefully everyone to come together and they can move forward. And the thing about, like, even in business, people, that's part of business. People file bankruptcy, but he's still a billionaire. So at the end of the day, that's just crazy when people talk. He's still filthy rich, still a billionaire. Still a billionaire. So I wish I knew how to go broke and still be a millionaire.
He still was the president of the United States.
And was the president.
Is the president.
Still
of the United
is.
States.
Yeah, still was the president. Now still is the president. So he's achieved a lot in his life. He's achieved a lot. And like he said, he was standing in the way. And they try to get rid of him. Lock him up, unalive him. Allegedly, that's what it looked like. Trump gonna be in there. He gonna prove everything they try to do to him. That's what they trying to clean all that stuff up right now, because he gonna go through all them records and see exactly what was going on. And all the truth is going to come out, how diabolical this administration really is. It's going to all come out in the light, all of it. Every conniving scheme, everything that was done in the dark, all that's going to come out in front and center, and I'm looking forward to it. So, we'll get money for people, get a job, have a good job, so you could get an education, get that college degree, even though student loans, that's another thing. They're high.
Breaking news.
What?
Joe Biden just approved anti-personnel landmines for Ukraine.
He wants a war.
Yeah.
Show him. He wants a war.
This is breaking news on Twitter. You could just go to the thread about this. But yeah, he wants a war.
He's escalating. And I don't know if that's him. Somebody's calling the shots. Somebody's calling shots. Now they got landmines, huh?
Mm-hmm. He just approved that 2 hours ago.
See, I don't know what's gonna happen by Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
See, y'all think this is y'all think that we just talking smack or what's going on. This stuff is in live time. This is really happening. It's happening. This is what he's doing, you got 2 months to go ahead off into the sunset. This is happening now. Now, they just approved the missiles. So now he's approving landmines and all this other kind of stuff. I don't know. I really, and the people, they standing there for him to make these decisions with his name on it. And he's incapable. The only worst part about it, if they removed him, then she'd be the one doing it. Because they both are puppets. They puppets. This is disturbing, y'all. Y'all could keep sleeping on this and act like, things aren't going on. But this is in real time and it's happening. And we need to be making noise about this with this fool. He's a fool. He's an idiot. This old man need to be in a damn nursing home somewhere, sitting in a freaking rocking chair, because these decisions is affecting the world. All these decisions he's making is not a United States situation or Ukraine situation. This is affecting the world.
And when I looked it up, why is the United States helping Ukraine?
Terrible.
they said that the United States is helping Ukraine, and I went to the government website too, because basically, essentially, it's the right thing to do. There was no like exact reason why they're helping.
I thought it was
Ukraine.
for because I think they have the wheat or they have something that they have because the United States and these countries they don't do anything for nothing or just out of the goodness of their heart is something that they want from Ukraine.
Instead of trying to weaken Russia too.
It's something they have. I forget what they said. I heard it before. I don't know. It was the grain or something that they have. Their resources. That's something that they have that they want, and that's why Russia wants it. So, but they're not worth a size of Texas for us and all the lives. There's already 700,000 people that have lost their lives. I think just so even on the Russia side, and they're not giving all the numbers. So,
yeah, it says U.S. This is from the U.S. Embassy government website. They say U.S. government assistance to Ukraine aims to support the development of democratic, prosperous, and secure Ukraine, fully integrated in the Euro-Atlantic community.
it's more than that. I already heard more than that. We're not. First of all, the place is destroyed. There's no unity with no country. There's no unity. All your people are dead. That's not prosperous and unity. That's the Google said, but that's not.
No, this is the state government website.
Yeah, but that's not why. It's something that they want. I can't remember. It was something that they want from Ukraine. They're not just doing. You can't give people something that is nothing left there. There's nothing left there, and then the whole world's going to get in a war. So the whole world's going to be destroyed. That just doesn't make sense. To do all, and he's sitting up there. Well, the United States is tough. The United States, but the United States is going to have to fight everybody. Everybody. We're not as strong as we were. We haven't been building up our military all this time. We're giving all our military to freaking Ukraine, our weapons and stuff. And the other weapons we did have, Biden and what they left, 50 billion worth of our tanks and all that stuff. They left it in Iran. $50 billion worth of military equipment. We left it there, and that's what they're using against us. This is corruption going on. This is corruption.
Everyone in the comments, they're saying that Biden needs to be impeached.
Biden needs to be impeached. Yeah, this is always money. It's always stuff is going on. This is not out of the goodness of their heart. Do you know wars that they say we have the wars that they make trillions of dollars off of wars? It's a money grab. They don't care about life loss. It's about money. It's always about money and power, period.
He's trying to do everything he can to mess this country up before he leaves.
He has done. He's trying to. He like.
Well, he's doing more and more.
He's trying to do every day. It's like this man, darn. He's trying to do all he can before he leaves to just to mess us up. It's like when you think can't get any worse.
Something new every day.
You think it can't get any worse. Look at this. It's crazy. You know, this stuff is alarming. It's really alarming. If y'all don't mind, can you get the likes up some? Get the likes up for me. Like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And don't forget, after this stream, leave comments so that we can respond to them. Because, once the stream go down, we can't see the comments. Leave some comments and let us know, like, your perspective or how you think about or whatever. So we can, we can respond to it. Yeah, prayers for our country. Yeah, we need Jesus. Jesus is Lord and Christ is King. Because I thank God that our Father is in heaven and he's watching and keeping us safe. But people need to wake up that what's going on. They need to really wake up. And we need to, lift the country up in prayer. It's a lot of evil that's going. This is just wickedness. It's wickedness. And it's at the expense of American people have been suffering through this entire administration. Who would have thought that they would have done as much damage as they have done in the last few years, and people were screaming to keep them in office? It's just unimaginable. Unimaginable that people really want this to continue. It's crazy. But anyway, we're trying to get this together. we've been having a lot to do, but I wanted to get this stream and stuff together so that, you know, because we have all the software and all that, but it takes a lot of reading and a lot of learning to utilize it. So that's what the issue has been. So it's like so much to learn, so much to read. So trying to do that at, you know, as fast as possible. But Trump, I'm just glad that he is the president.
He said
Going to be
that,
president. What?
that Vladimir Putin, he issued a warning to the United States with a new nuclear doctrine after
Go ahead.
Biden allows Ukraine to use long-range U.S. missiles.
Look, yeah,
Look
tell
at
me. They
everything.
can't hear you. Just read what you said.
They
You're
said
talking too low.
The New York Post said,
Louder.
I was saying it to you, but the New York Post said that Vladimir Putin issues warning to United States with new nuclear doctrine after Biden allows Ukraine to use long-range U.S. missiles. You know, so I don't understand how you can still be in support of something that could cause the end of the world, which is this party. You know, just reading stuff like that. Mom, you got me just standing here.
Yeah, just read. I'm trying to read the comment. Trump. Big brother, my German government tries to force it. Ask them what countries are they from. Because we're assuming people are from America and they're not. Not everyone. What countries are
Appreciate it, Peter.
they?
Yeah, what country are you guys from?
Or what city or state?
I don't have to say your city, but what state?
Okay, I'm trying to see. Louisiana. Just go ahead and read it. Oh, creep. Oh, Louisiana. California, Colorado. Oh yeah, I want to go see Travis play in Colorado. Travis Hunter. I love Colorado University with Deion Sanders, what he's doing there for that football program. And Shador Sanders, Shiloh Sanders, Jimmy Horn, all of them. I love that team. Germany. St. Australia. The South. Michigan. Okay, you're from Gracie. Oh, Michigan. Yeah, so people be from around the world. Sometimes we take it for granted that people, you know, y'all in a different time zone, some of you from other countries than what we are here. Even California is a 3-hour difference there. So like here it's like almost 11 o'clock. So California, what is it, like 8 o'clock? Close to 8 o'clock. In Colorado, I think is a 2-hour difference, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he did vote for Trump too. Yeah, Deion voted for Trump. Because I see him online on Instagram. I see him liking Trump posts. Yeah. So I know that he voted for Trump. Yeah, Biden voted for Trump. Yeah, and his wife. Yeah, she made sure she wore red for voting day. She let everybody know they voted for Trump. Yeah, they did. They voted for him. So it's some schizo going on. Like they voted for Trump and then they doing all this. Yeah, Biden voted for Trump most definitely. Well, anyway, you guys, we're going to get ready to get off. We're going to try to send out an early notice, you know, because we're not letting people know early enough. Like when we're coming on, we just jump on and we're glad that you guys are finding us. But we want to get it out so like we can have more people joining us like we're used to. But we haven't been consistent lately. But we want to get, you know, start that consistency that you can look for us at least a few times a week. So we're going to try to jump on here tomorrow. And like things here is so busy, but I want to get on here no later than 7 o'clock tomorrow. But we'll send out a notice ahead of time. So those of you who have subscribed, you'll get a notification that when we go live. But so we'll try to do that. I really want to kind of try to do it like least 3 or 4 times a week that we're coming on here. So I just haven't figured out the days because we were doing it almost every day. Thank you so much. Yeah, God is good, you know. And like we're so thankful, and we just pray because we know, because I know everybody's going through something. Nobody's exempt from going through things, no matter who you are, how much money you have, whatever the case may be. So I just pray that all is well for you guys. And, you know, this too shall pass. But we got to pray for this nation, pray for our president, pray for peace. You know, we got to pray for peace, you know. You know, ask God to, you know, keep us covered with the blood of Jesus from the crown of their heads to the soles of your feet, and that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Every tongue that rise up in judgment thou shalt condemn. And just believe that he who dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. So God is the author and the finisher of our faith, and, you know, that no weapon formed against us is going to prosper. So just keep your faith in God. Because you got to, you know, no matter what's going on, like we're talking about the events because we see what's happening, but our faith is in God. You know, that's who our Lord and Savior is. And that's our focus. So we know that he keeps us and he'll keep us. You know, he provides all our needs according to his riches and glory through Christ Jesus. So just, you know, spend time in the Word and, you know, strengthen yourself and prepare. Use wisdom. You want wisdom, read Proverbs, read all of Proverbs, because that's a book of wisdom. Like, you got to ask God for wisdom so you make wisdom decisions. Like everything you do when you get up, like, God, what should I do? You know, before you make decisions, you know, ask God to lead you and direct you, because he said, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, lean not to thy own understanding, in all that ways acknowledge him, and he would direct your path. So you want that direction. Like, we're living in a time you don't, instead of like depending what man say and trying to make decisions like that, you know, ask God, because God is always going to steer you right. So you don't have to go about what people say. Go about what God says, because, you know, he talks to us every day. You know, so anyway, we're going to be praying for you guys and hope all is well with your family, your kids, your households. And hopefully if you guys don't jump back on our lives or some of our videos before Thanksgiving, just pray that y'all have a happy Thanksgiving. You know, just be thankful no matter who show up, who don't show up for Thanksgiving, whatever the case may be. You know, just enjoy a football game or whatever the case may be, but just be thankful and be happy, you know, that you're here and God is providing for you. You know, so those are things to be thankful about. So anyway, try to join us again. Thanks for sharing your time and staying on. But we will get much better. We're new. You know, we're new. So, you know, so we're just trying to get it together. Well, you know, I've had over like 1.5 million. I have viral videos, 1.5 million views or more. So God sends the people. And so we're here for it. Okay, well, God bless you guys. Have a good one. And don't forget to leave comments afterwards. So, like with the streams, it's going like when it goes down, so we can't see everything that you guys were saying. But, like, just leave a comment and we can respond to it, or let us know some of your ideas or things you'd like for us to even talk about or whatever. Because, you know, one day you'll come on the channel, be really tight and be together, because I like doing things in decency and order. But I was trying to get it together, then we weren't streaming because I'm trying to learn a lot. And it's a lot of reading. So, but we'll have it together soon. So anyway, God bless you guys. God bless you. God is good. And the church says all the time, God is good. And just be safe. Pray for your children. Keep them safe. You know, and just teach them what's right, what a boy is and a girl is. You know, shouldn't have to do that, but you have to do that now. Don't let nobody influence your kids. Make sure you're the one teaching them the things that they should know. All my kids went to Christian private school. I want them to have that foundation. You know, then of course they went to other great schools and great districts and stuff like that. But that foundation is everything. So they know the word. We round and rooted in the word. My mom was a pastor, her husband bishop. Yeah, we all of us are in the word. My whole family. You know, so but we learn to be thankful, and God is good and God is real. So anyway, thanks guys, and we'll try to touch bases with you guys tomorrow, but we'll try to send something out because we do like the pop-up shops. We just do pop-up videos. So just look for us, you know, we're trying to get better all the time. That's right. God is good all the time. Okay, peace out. Don't forget to leave us some comments so that we can see what you guys said. All right, have a good one.